Okay, so My Hero Academia chapter 292 just got released, and this series never knows when to stop. Man, oh man, am I hyped again. God damn, you've done it again, Horikoshi. But before I begin, I have to warn you there's major manga spoilers ahead, and if you're not up to date, you should probably click away now. Okay, so where did we leave off? Well, in the last chapter, we got a bit more insight into Dabi's childhood as Touya Todoroki, and also got a neat little introspective view of past and current Endeavor's psyche. Endeavor's past of domestic abuse also got released to the public, as well as edited footage of Hawks killing twice, accompanied by the revelation that Hawks is actually the son of a serial murderer, aka a villain. And with the Hero Society left in shambles, Dabi dived into a full frontal assault towards Endeavor, but was stopped by a not so dead Best Jeanist. And this is exactly where this chapter picks up. It opens up with Best Jeanist arriving to the ultimate battle between heroes and villains in his helicarrier. He makes a comment about how Dabi's big reveal will undoubtedly be a massive blow on the public's view of the already shaken Hero Society. But he is determined to make sure that Dabi's escapade doesn't go off without a hitch, and to make sure that the heroes bring forth a ray of hope from this disastrous situation. And with this declaration, Best Jeanist leaps from the helicarrier and restrains the entire League of Villains, Gigantomachia included. Now, Best Jeanist was introduced as the number 3 hero, but we never actually got to see him do much, so I never really saw him as one of the pro heroes' big 3. But with this insane display of power, it's pretty clear to see how he earned that spot. Although his belt does say BJ, and I don't know how to feel about that. But with the League of Villains restrained, Spinner revealed some insight into Gigantomachia and his weakness. While having seemingly limitless strength and endurance, Machia can only use his full power when given a command from his master, aka Shigaraki. So while he does put up a fight against Best Jeanist's fibers, he won't fully attempt to break out of them until he is told to by Shigaraki. This is interesting, as Machia was previously believed to be unstoppable, but it shows that even the multi-quirked behemoth has a weakness. Now, while a tied-up Spinner desperately tries to awaken a practically unconscious Shigaraki, Nejire flies in to stop the villain in his tracks. But before she can make it, she is hit mid-flight by a massive heat blast, seemingly caused by Dabi. Now in the panel, it shows Dabi and Todoroki clashing while the heat blast gets launched off. So it's hard to say whether the attack was a result of the two brothers clashing, which would be a massive blow to Todoroki's psyche as a hero, or whether it was solely Dabi's doing. Either way, this is a big hit to the heroes, as Nejire gets burnt up in the heat and falls from the sky. With another member of the Big Tree down, Dabi mocks Endeavor once more, claiming that his flames are the ruination of another starry-eyed young potential hero. I gotta say, I love this new Dabi who believes that everything bad he does isn't the result of his own personal desire, but rather the result of his father's failures. It's an interesting contrast between Dabi and Endeavor, which deals with living with the consequences of your own actions. Ironically, Dabi is almost like a young Endeavor, a man so hell-bent on proving a point that he's willing to put others' lives on the line just to make it. But anyway, with no one to stop him, Spinner manages to wake up Shigaraki, who gives the command to Machia to break free from Best Jeanist's restraints. Hearing his master's command, Machia goes into a fit of rage. Now, it actually quickly cuts away from the fight at this point, and towards Endeavor's sidekicks fighting off the remaining rampant Nomus. While they were putting up a good fight, 4 Nomus managed to make it away and started to head towards Best Jeanist. It's revealed that the Nomus have begun to work in calculated unison rather than like rampant animals which they initially fought like. Endeavor's sidekick Mo, that's her name, I looked it up, gets momentarily distracted and is about to get jumped by a Nomu, but a mysterious arm appears and saves her. Then we cut back to the main fight, where we have Best Jeanist, who seemingly hasn't fully recovered from his injuries from All For One, struggling to keep a raging Gigantomachia restrained while Dabi and Todoroki are battling it out. Now the main focus is on the Todoroki siblings. Shoto is furious at Dabi because he's the one who sent the villain after their brother Natsu, the very person Touya crawled and cried to when Endeavor beat him, and arguably the only person who hates Endeavor just as much as Touya for everything he did. And then we get a great look into Dabi's mind. He doesn't care. He's seen smiling, talking about the prospect of Natsu dying, because it would cause Endeavor pain. While Shoto struggles to understand why his brother would commit such heinous atrocities, Dabi is reveling in the fact that everything he has done has brought so much pain to his father Endeavor. And in his ecstasy, with a smile on his face, he delights in the fact that he can, and I quote, finally kill Shoto. This is very big, as it shows that Dabi's end goal for destroying Endeavor is entirely based around killing Shoto, which adds a whole new conflict and dilemma for these characters. And with Dabi heating up to kill Shoto, Best Jean is struggling to keep Machia detained, and a group of high-end Nomus underway to intercept Jeanist, a broken Midoriya stands in awe as he is unable to move even an inch of his body, only able to watch as all of his friends battle for their lives. He hates himself for not being able to move, and he lets out a final scream of desperation. And with all hope lost once again, a familiar face appears from seemingly nowhere as Lemillion, with his quirk, rockets out of the ground and stops the 4 Nomus in their tracks. And thus, the chapter comes to an end. Now, I thought the last chapter was big, but god damn! Lemillion coming back was certainly something I was not expecting at this point in the story. I mean, when and how did he get his quirk back? Where was he this entire time? Is he going to be pissed that Nedre could potentially be dead? There are a lot of questions, but my god was that an amazing twist. I cannot wait for the next chapter to see just how this all plays out. I also really like what they're doing with Dabi. Before, he didn't have much of a personality other than the guy who didn't really care much. But seeing him finally reveal his true nature and delight in torturing Endeavor is, French kiss, perfect. It was well needed and adds tons of new, interesting conflicts for all of these characters. But what's going to happen next? Will Dabi finally kill Shoto? Can Best Jeanist best Gigantomachia? Is this even Lemillion or some sort of trick? Hopefully, we find out next time. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like and comment what you think is going to happen next. For more My Hero content, subscribe to the Lunchtime crew. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Plus Ultra.